Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you what I did with that ground pork sausage that I made in a previous video. I would have shown the mixing up of the said sausage, but see, it's done. The cameraman, well, he forgot to hit record. So he sat, I sat in front of the camera and mixed that up and, well, didn't record it. He has been disciplined, so just so you know. So this is my sausage recipe that has the normal sausage spice in it that I showed in a previous video, and leeks. I want to do something with those leeks with it. So, okay, this is my sausage recipe that I mixed just the normal sausage spices that I showed in previous video and scapes, so the tops of the garlic. I want to do something different with them this year, so went ahead and did that. Now I've got the collagen, however you want to pronounce it, casing soaking. I do prefer to use a natural like hog casing or a sheep casing, and I ordered some to do this with, but I don't know if it was from the heat, them being out in the truck, the delivery person, or what. When I opened them up, they smelled a little off, and if that ever happens, pitch them. You don't want to ruin all your sausage, or worse, get sick from it. So we'll just go with the collagen. They're fine. They're natural too. They have a little bit more of a crunch to them. Now when I do these, usually I prefer to take these off. I don't really care to eat these that much. But it works great because a lot of times with my bratwurst or that, I will pre-boil them or put them in a sous vide. So when you do that, then it cooks, and then these, you can take these off and then just cook them on the grill, skillet, however you want to do it. All right, first things first. Let's get this. We'll put these on because otherwise the sausage is going to come out the end. Like I said, they've just been sitting in there soaking, so hopefully they've been in there long enough. Just feed them through and screw it on. And the grinder I showed you that I used in the first one, I actually used to use that to stuff sausage with too. Does a fine job. Don't really have too much of an issue with it. But I wanted to start doing a little bit more, so I got plenty, so I'll pull it off and tie it. I went ahead and splurged and got the sausage stuffer itself. Not all that expensive, but it is like, I think it was like $100. This is a real tree edition through LEM. I think that's who I got it through. But it was cheaper. It was $100. I wanted the hand crank one. Can be kind of a pain to hand crank it, especially when you have to take it back up. I'm going to look and probably find a drill attachment for it. But this way, there's no motor to go bad. The only thing that really can go bad is this seal here, and I'm going to order a couple of those to have on hand. All right, so got that tied. Next, I'm going to get the stuffer full. This is where it can get a little bit messy. And you just grab the meat and you want to put it in. Not sure if I'm on camera or not, but you can still hear me. You want to try to get out as much air as you can while you're packing it in. Air bubbles kind of suck. I think this was 4 pounds of sausage. And I can't tell you, I don't remember how many pound sausage stuffer this was. All that means is that's how much you can actually fit in. There again, they make them bigger, but this was fine for my use. Oh, and this, I did change one other thing in this recipe. This also has my rusk in it. And the rusk is just a breadcrumb kind of that you can find all over in Europe, but you can't find it here. So I'll do a video on that. Which I explained this all in the part that didn't get recorded. It really absorbs the fat when you cook it and just makes the sausage just so much more flavorful. So this will be like a breakfast sausage, or you could eat it like a bratwurst. But size-wise, it's going to be closer to the size of a bratwurst. All right, let's get with the cranking. I'll probably stand up for this. Okay, so then you just want to crank this down. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, once you start getting it cranked down, you want to unscrew this release valve, and you see how the air is not going in there or anything until you feel a little bit of pressure come against it. And I feel it there. Now I'm going to screw it shut, and all that does is all the air. Uh-oh. Okay, all that does is it lets the air out while you're screwing it down, because I'm down about that far. Okay, let's get this started. Now you'll see it start filling up with air. Whoop! See, I hit the meat there. So you can see it starting to come out there. Okay, I should have actually waited to tie that. It's been a little while since I made sausage, so I forgot. Until I get the sausage up there, because then, there it goes. Then, most of the air will be out of it. Okay. Nice little knot. Oh, I'm going to need some water too. Okay, there it is. Let me put this back here. You just dip your fingers in it to try to keep this wet or damp. Okay, now you just kind of want to let it fill up. For me, the first one is usually not so hot, but you can go back and refill it too. Okay. And a lot of times I will use this out at the kitchen, and then like I do with my bread, I will actually bolt it down or clamp it down. Like I said, the collagen ones I don't care for as much. And we'll tighten this up when we're done too. But you don't want to fill them all the way up when you're using rusk either, because it will actually swell up a little bit more when it starts absorbing. See, and the collagen I think is a little old, because they don't go bad as much as the others. and it's not really sliding off like it should be there. Whew. All right, little readjustment. Let's hope that works. It really isn't this hard usually to make the sausage. Just having a lot of things go around at the same time. Pause again. Gracie, stay back. I want that phone hitting you in the face. But I usually leave this stuff in when things go wrong, because then you know, guess what? It happens. Everything's not perfect and peachy keen, and because you watch the videos where it just works perfect for the people, and you're like, well, and then you have issues, and you're like, well, why didn't that work so easy for me? What am I doing wrong? Nothing. I've had this go a lot nicer when I wasn't filming, of course. I looked for and couldn't find my good clamp that I use for this sort of stuff. So, hence why it's not going so good. But, like I said, I would rather show you the difficulties rather than have you run into the difficulties and then go, why the heck is it not working? I mean, I'm literally moving this table all over the place and actually pushing the camera. It might be good to have two people for this. just about to the bottom. That's why it's getting even harder. And we're at the bottom. Okay, as you see, it doesn't always go as planned. Okay, let's get this a little bit more organized. Now what I like to do, and this can make a mess, take that off, and always hand wash all this stuff. Don't ever stick it in the dishwasher. Try to pull that out. And just so you know, you're going to have some left over. Now it's up to you on what you want to do with that. Okay. Yeah, like I said, they're still good, but they're awful dry. So we'll probably just get rid of those. Okay, now to get this out, pretty much your pinky can do so much. Sometimes you can get lucky and it'll come out. Other times you won't. So you'll need to use something different, butter knife, something like that, to get the last little bit out. Okay, now kind of squish that down. And now you have to be careful because you can break the casing, and you don't want to do that. Now, if you did not rest your sausage and you mixed it up and then put it right into this, just so you know, it could blow your casings as it swells up. Mine, I let it rest overnight before I went ahead and put it in these. Okay, real quick, let me make some of this mess disappear. And we're back. Get rid of some of the mess. Like I said, some people might call it a train wreck. But I don't. It may not come out perfect, but you know what? I did something that most people don't do. Most people won't even try to do. Now, here's another thing. Some people are really good at tying these. You know, where they just spin them around and stuff and do this and that with their hands. I'm not. I know I'm not. So I went ahead and I bought some butcher's twine. And since I usually pre-cook these, guess what? Doesn't matter. This is all going to come off. So, just go through and I just do a simple knot. Now be careful when you're squishing them in that you don't make them too tight and they blow up. But you just want to make them whatever length you want. Kind of squish them in and then give them a spin and it'll cap it off like that. After you do the first one, they go a lot easier. Because usually after the first one, they're packed pretty good. Alright, I won't say anything else and I'll probably speed this up and then show you what we have at the end. See right there, I pulled it a little tight and it broke. Now your best thing to do there is, if you can't get it to go down a little bit, squeeze a little bit out. Or in this case, cut it back a little ways further. And just tie it off. So you'll have a little bit of a short sausage. And truthfully, with the all natural hog casings, usually I don't have this problem. Now make some patties. Okay, I was trying to make like a ring sausage or for smoked. See if we can get this down in there or not. See, I'm trying to work the air bubbles out. But in doing so, sometimes you get too much in one area and you have a blowout like I did. Okay, I think that's good. We'll tie that one off. And there it is. All right, let me show you what I'm going to do with this in 1 second. Poof. There. Let's get these out of the way. I'm just going to make these into patties. and you put them on the wax paper, depending on how you like them. And you don't need a patty maker like this. Hamburger maker, however you want to call it. You can do them yourself too. They just won't be as fancy. Or maybe they will. Maybe you're awesome. I'm not. So I'm going to put them in there like that. And then once I get them all made, I'm going to freeze these. And these will be coming to a breakfast plate near you. Well, probably not near you. The colder the meat is, the easier it's going to come off that. So some of this is a little on the warm side. One more here. This one's going to be a little bit of a thinner one. Let's see what we can do. And that's it. With these, like I said, I'm going to cook them up, sous vide them, and then you can use them for however you want to do them. You can slice them up, have them with potatoes, have them with your eggs, eat them like a bratwurst. It's up to you. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. Hey, thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you on the next one.